Your challenge, most of you here are responsible for CSR in your companies, your challenge is that many of the people in your own companies, when they look at you, they see this. I was at a marketing breakfast, a breakfast for senior marketers a couple of years ago, heads of marketing for some of the top companies in the UK. And halfway through the breakfast, one of the marketers said, "Do you know what?" he said. "Our marketing team kind of refer to the CSR team as the sales prevention team." And when he said that, most of the other marketers around the table went, yeah. And this is a challenge for you, because your job is not just to run nice community programs and harvest photos of happy smiling children to put on your corporate brochures, although of course that's a part of it. Your job is to ensure that your company is well guided in dealing with the dilemmas that it faces and the choices that it makes in how it creates wealth in a world where expectations on it are changing. And finding the language to do that internally can be a real problem, particularly if you start off with people like marketers. Marketers are very can-do people, sell, find a new angle, get out there. You don't want people saying, "Ooh, you can't do that, you can't do that." Actually, ooh, that's a bit dodgy. But I tend to see CSR people within companies a bit like this. This is the mindset where, even though there are people who say that you're not wanted here, there should be no doors that are closed to you. I know that you heard recently from Mike Barry from Marks & Spencer. There was a team who defined their role to influence across the business. They didn't have power, but they would go across to the heads of clothing and say, "Do you realise there's this issue and maybe we can help you on this?" And then they go to the head of food and say, "Well, there's some really good things we could do here, and we missed out on organics, but how about fair trade?" And by the time Stuart Rose became the chief executive of Marks & Spencer, he looked across the business and they had a consistent asset across the business, which was this commitment to social responsibility in their products and in their customer service. And that had been achieved not by anyone cracking the whip, but by reaching out, no closed doors. How do we create relationships internally to really make this into a socially responsible company? That is the nature of your challenge, and it's very, very worthwhile. And I understand there's I had a conversation about Charles Darwin with one of you here today already. I'm not going to go into that. But Darwin, of course, was the one who said that it's not the strongest of the species that survives, or even the most intelligent. It's the one that is most adaptable to change. You are doing business in very rapidly changing times across the world. Social responsibility is now just one of the names that we give to being alive to the new expectations and responding to them in a way that means you can continue to do business. Thank you very much.